Hello? No crackling? Yes, I think we are absolutely all good. So, good evening, guys, and welcome to OTL Season 4. Tonight, we go to round 2 and we head to the streets of Jeddah, a track newly joined to the F1 calendar just over a few months. 6 months, maybe, was it not even 6 months ago, in fact. Just a few months ago, where it will test the utmost bravest of drivers. The bravest drivers will be rewarded. Sorry, I'm getting my words a little muddled up, chat, off the start of the stream, but hopefully we'll get on top of that and everything should be just fine. So, of course, last week we started off at Bahrain. Nelly, of course, taking his maiden win of the season and announcing his championship contention, or permutations, if you would will. Con in P2 not far behind. He was closing down Nelly in the end. What could have been maybe for Con. Matoman bringing on a solid podium in his first race of the season. Mikey came up to P4. Mike with that unorthodox strategy called dropping him down to P6 in the end. Ryan Sam on his debut bringing home a top 5 as well. SPW bringing home P7. Wobwell's 8. Kristaps 9 and ENTXG will round out the top 10 in the championship. And I can't actually see what happened with constructors. I don't see that. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with constructors at the moment. So I will just leave it at that. So tonight we head to Singapore. No, we do not tonight. We head to Saudi Arabia, aka Jeddah. A track of a lot of high speed, blind corners, massive commitment on corner entry is going to reward a lot of lap time. Being willing to get nice and close to the walls also will give a lot of lap time. And of course a lot of updates to the track today. No more penalties on track pit lane exit, so if you pick up a penalty on exit, it's your own fault now. They've actually just took a big bit of the line away to stop it, which is kind of nice. But we have a McLaren and it is Mike, our defending champion, our lead man, and he's out on track with quite a bit of push. So soft tyres bolted on for Michael. We'll get the stream up actually and see what's happening in chat. I hope yous are all very well, gents. Get this up. Mikey, Ethan and Mike, good evening to you all. I hope you are well. Hopefully we get some more people joining in. But Mike, coming through the start of Sector 3. And Sector 3 is pretty much one big corner and then one big braking zone. As Mike is going to be your first man to get on a lap. You'll get the pedal down. DRS open. And head down to turn 1. Going to be nice and aggressive on entry to open up turn 2. So you see Mike get right all over the curb on entry to give himself that rotation for 2. Is a small step of oversteer, but manages to collect that up and get the power on reasonably well. Any turn 4, big apex on the inside. Abusing the track limits to the absolute max, but that's the way to find the lap time. Then a lot of throttle balance as you come through the most technical part of the track. Carrying good speed, he'll drift a bit wide there and pick up an invalidation, but he's going to stay on the lap anyway. DRS will pop open as he comes up to the bank. Turn of 12, a corner that will provoke understeer. You're just waiting and waiting and waiting on the front end coming round. Balance and feed the throttle in as you get yourself out the apex of the corner, then bring it in nicely and use a lot of curb and exit. It pushes him a little wide there, picks up a little knock on the right hand side of the car. That in the race may be something that people pick up a lot of damage from, so they'll need to be very cautious. And flick it into turn 21, using a lot of the curb on exit as well, which is exactly what you want to do, and then stay tight all the way through 23, 24, 20 down to 25, and then the last corner 26. Big braking zone, a lot later than you anticipated to be, round about 60 metres for the last corner. You pick up the throttle nice, DRS will pop open, they'll stay tight to the left hand side to close the lap out, and it would have been a 1:30.5 for Mike, but we have a Mercedes or somebody, I think it could be Rage, it is Rage, so Rage does a 30.4, so Mike was only a little bit off the pace. Matoman is going to bank the next lap, he does a 30.1 from Matoman, so a solid opening lap there for Matt. Guys doing their best to get out the way of traffic. We have, who's this? Pedro coming out the last corner. He'll pop the DRS open. Kristaps now with a 29.7. Nelly in the mediums as well, done a 30 flat. Pedro with a 30.5 on his soft compound tyre. In the Haas, where is Skarma? Skarma coming through the last couple of corners. Is that Ryan Sam coming to the line? Yes, it is. Where did Ryan Sam go? He goes 30.5, but it's an invalidated lap. So we'll go back to Skarma, who comes out the last corner. Oh, excuse me, gets the pedal down, DRS will pop open, and he comes into the pit. Oh, pits, excuse the hiccups, chap. Oh God. No hiccups are what I don't need. So Mike's DRS open, he out. Oh my Jesus. Oh, and he's going to shoot way deep into the last corner, so no lap time for Michael. Evening, Mr. Skarma. Sorry for the broken speech, I am currently absolutely plagued. Oh, with the hiccups. Going to do a quick hold of my breath. Oh, I don't think that worked. No, it did not. Fingers round the last corner though. To the line he goes. It's going to be a 31, I think, for Fingers. Low, oh, it's a low 32. 32.2 for Fingers. So that's into P3 at the moment. Where is Shiv? Coming out the last corner. In fact, Shiv's coming to the line. He's going to be very competitive here in the mediums. A 30.0 also for Shiv, so he's right there with Nelly. And look how close that grid is looking at the moment. Ah, the hiccups, go away. Let's have a big drink. Oh, excuse me, chat. Excuse me. So Rob Wills, is he on a valid lap? Yes, he is. Rob Wills goes to the top of the timing sheets with a 28.4, 1.3 seconds ahead of the next closest guys. That's a storming lap there from Rob. Who's that improved there? Who improved? Oh, I think Matoman improved to P4, 30 flat. Could be wrong. But those guys out doing a few laps. Mr. Rage got a McLaren not far ahead. Let's see who's further round. Skarman on an out lap, he's on his second run. First run of course invalidated, so he just came into the pits. So Rob Wills leads the way with, oh, Ryan Sam actually closed the gap to just 3.5 tenths. So Rob Wills P1 on a 28.4, Ryan Sam 2 on a 28.7. Then it's a 1 second gap to P3 and Kristaps on a 29.7. Pedro P4 on a 29.9. Pedro will be pretty happy with his pace thus far. Nelly P5 on a 30.0, that's on the medium compound tyre. Don't let the screen fool you there. Matoman P6 on a 30.0, but I think he set that lap time a bit late in his soft stint, so on a fresh tyre he can go a little bit faster. Shiv 30.0 on his medium compound tyre, also a 30.4 for Rage on the softs. Mick on a 30.4 and P9 on, also on the softs and fingers on a 32.2 and P10. And Mitch at the moment bringing up the rear on a 32.3 and P11. And these hiccups are doing my boxing, chat. They need to stop. So Pedro is not on lap. We've got Nelly in an out lap. He's just left the box. Do we have anybody a bit closer? I think we have Scum on a lap. Yes, we do. So we'll stay with the men in the Aston Martin. He barrels down into the start of sector 3. Does he keep it nice and tidy at 21? Yes, he does use a lot of the exit curb. Oh, don't use too much of that on it. Oh, and that's going to spin him round. He's lucky to get away with that one there. So that was the inside curb. It's just fishtailed the car round. For some reason, it just, if you take too much of the curb on the inside there on exit, it seems to lift the rear of the car and just puts too much pressure on at the front axle and it just whips you round. Mikey, oh my god, I'm missing it because of my stupid hiccups. Can't concentrate. Mikey goes to the top of the timing sheets on a 28.2. Oh, 1 second, chat, bear with me, please. I am back, chat. Mate, validated his other second. I don't think I have any cars. Oh, maybe I do. I think I fixed it now. If anybody is watching and you hear a crackle from my headset, please say, guys, I still await my new one. So Mikey now leads the way. Irish New Potato into P2, Rob 3, Ryan Sam P4, Nelly rounds out the top 5 at the moment. F Lewis in P6, Christap 7, Mike. Mick, P8, Pedro 9, Matoman 10, Shiv 11, Mr. Rage, P12, Greenfingers 13, Mitch 14, Skarma, Mike and Dixie all still to set a lap. Dixie in his Alpine. Excuse the hiccups, chat. Oh yeah, I think we're good. I think we're absolutely fine. So, if guys are not out now, they're probably only going to come out for one run now at the end of the session. I would have felt a stern favourite coming into the session here would have been Mike, but just struggling to get the lap on the board as Adam does his best to let traffic come through. And of course Adam in the Alpine, so he's Matoman's teammate this evening. Matoman will peel right out of the way and allow Adam to pile up to turn 1. Gets a good entrance into 1, good through 2, gets a nice exit squeeze, he's on that pillar. How aggressive does he dare be into turn 4? gets it nice and then balance the throttle all the way around. Maybe just a little bit more lift than needing off the mediums. He used a lot of the exit curve there. Good commitment. Gets the front end to stay in check as well. And up to the bank, which I think is turn 12. Could be wrong though. So many corners at this track. Adam looking nice and competitive. If somebody improves there, and I think finally you can't select a car, Jay. What do you mean? I don't understand. On a positive note, my hiccups are away. As Dixie comes down towards the final corner, and I think this will probably be Adam's one and only run. So he's probably looking in the medial compound tyre to come up to the line. He'll pop his DRS open, and it's looking to be a reasonably competitive lap here from Adam on the medium. 31 flat on the medium, maybe a little bit off the pace of where he would feel he could be. Won't show the menu, but if you pressed square J, I'll try sending an invite. I don't want to stay in the blue screen for too long on the stream, buddy. There you go, one is came your way, sir. Try again now. They just done an update today, so it's maybe just some teething problems on the bed end of the update. So Mike, our championship defender, let's go on board with what will be his run of the session. And we will just watch the McLaren man do his business. Oh, that was beautiful there for Mike. His commitment into turn 18 was absolutely beautiful. One big commitment corner now in turns 21 to find the lap that he needs. How much has he got? Is it Max Verstappen-esque? Had to give a little bit there. He just missed his apex by a couple of inches, which will cost him a little bit. All the way down the back straight. He's going to find his braking zone. He smashed that pedal 80 metres, gets the front end of the car in beautifully to the apex, finds great traction as well. DRS will pop open. Can he put that car onto the front row? I think it's going to be a mid-27 for Mike. It is. It's a 27.489. He puts it onto the front row, but Mikey, couple of tenths up in the last corner. Matt Delta showing me that he's up. He sees a car ahead. DRS will pop open. Can Mikey put a challenge to Mike? Can he get it? Not quite. It's a 27.588 for Mikey. Top two only split by 1/10 of a second. Where is Nelly? Couple of tenths up. Last week's winner. He's got some traffic to contend with as well as he comes into the last sector. He also misses his apex by a couple of inches at 21. Guys just struggling a bit. Maybe the front tyre's not playing ball coming near the end of the lap. His DRS will pop open. He's going to be one of our last men, I think, to get on a lap as well and bank a lap in. If they're not in an out lap now, it's all over. The guys in the pits, Rob Will, Rysam, Kristaps, their session is over. Nelly's DRS will pop open. Can he improve, and where can he improve to? If he does, he doesn't. He loses a bit of time through the last corner. Matoman in that P10 spot, so he's looking to improve. Where is Mr. Rage? Mr. Rage and... oh, Mr. Rage going for the unorthodox medium start. So Mikey and Mike's session is over. Mike is the pole man as it stands. Mr. Rage, it would be an absolute monumental effort if he can get this medium tyre anywhere close to the front row of the grid. He is a 10th up though, sector 1. Needs much more than a 10th. Let's see as the lap unfolds if he's got any more time deeper in the lap. That being said, who do we have ahead? I think that's Mikey. I don't think we have any other drivers ahead on a lap. Is he going to get any benefit of a tow, or the driver's going to do more? He's that committed to the wall. He touched it a little bit there. Coming up to 21, the last big commitment. Can he get it into the apex again? Another one just struggling a bit to find the tight side of the corner. DRS will pop open. Does he keep the tight line? Yes, he does. Down to 26 in the final corner. Finds his braking much later on the brakes, and Mike finds the apex nice. Short shifting to get the traction. DRS will pop open. Can Rage find any time? Can he get the medium tyre close to the front row? He goes to the second row. Not too bad for Rage. 28.2. I think he's going to be very happy with that for sure. Nearly off his lap, and I think that's it. I think everybody else is over. Is Mitch on a lap at the moment? Oh, he's just run out of fuel to the line, but he wasn't on one as it stands. So I think that is it. Mike will take pole by just 1/10 of a second. Much closer than I thought it would be. So Mikey right there. Irish Nude Potato aka Con, 6/10 behind Mr. Rage, looking good in that medium tyre, only a 10th off Con in P3, Rage in P4 on the medium compound, so he's looking good. Matoman gets himself up to P5 after being P10 going on to that last run, so he found some time that he needed. Robbell's 6, and I've lost the grid order as usual. Leave just yet, Jay. I would wait to see if you end up in a car. I'm unsure, but there it is. Mike on pole, commandeering that front row alongside him. It will be Mikey. Row 2 will be Irish Nude Potato and Mr. Rage. Row 3, Matt and Rob. Row 4, Ryan, Sam and Chris Staps. Row 5 will be Nelly and Shiv. Row 6, Mick and F. Lewis. Row 7, Green Fingers and Pedro. Row 8, Skarma and Dixie, and in row 9 will be Mitch at the back of the grid. Will the weather play a part? That's an interesting thing as well. There's not many chances of tracks in this neck of the woods getting a sprinkling of rain, but if there is one, Jeddah's probably the most likely out of the likes of Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, etc, etc. So all could be to play for. Where did my stream go? Oh, there we go. So the darkness falls. Floodlights all in their glory as the guys will pretty pronto get out in the formation lap, only 10 seconds. So the guys outside the top 10 have been prompt pretty quickly to get their strategy nailed down, any fuel adjustments they wish to make. Of course, percentages of a safety car here today are going to be very, very, very high. I reckon even in league racing, well, as it stands in real F1 it's 100% chance, because there's only been one race and there was a safety car. In league racing it's probably about the same, and there's probably been a few of them ran in league, so I would say high chance we see a safety car. So of course guys should bear that in mind when they take that into the strategy call. Is there a chance of an early safety car? Is there a chance? It's a track where, though, you're never going to be 100% confident in whatever choice you make, because a safety car can come anytime here. But 18 guys on the grid. Mike will lead the way, and Red Bull again looking very, very strong. McLaren, of course, right up there. But I think for me, going into the start of the season, Red Bull for me are the constructors' team to beat. So McLaren just need to ensure that Rob Wills is getting in amongst the Matoman Mr. Rage battle and scoring some good points, and see how that plays out over the season. Shiv and Skarma, if they can get good runs, they can be. I'm not sure what Adam would think there, Jay. Just cause you were late into the session, mate, there was no exceptions, so Adam may allow you in, he may not, I don't know, mate. He's not, Adam, he couldn't, he never got a car. It is showing me on the grid though, Jay, like it's showing you in a car for me, mate, in a Mercedes, so like, if you're watching the stream, you should join, because I think you'll be able to take control of that car once the race starts. No, just join now, Jay, come in. And as soon as the lights have gone out, you're at the back of the grid, mate, so your guy's not going to overtake anybody, so you can just let everybody get through the first couple of corners and then try again, man. I know it's bollocks, mate, they never seem to fix something and then they break something else in a stupid game. So, Mike, up front, he is probably in his happy place, especially a track like this. The guys behind, their main focus I think has got to be just staying in the DRS. A lot of pace is going to be neutralised just by the sheer power of the 3 DRS zones here. And of course turn 1 and 2 very tight and compact, so guys will need to be aware going through the first couple of corners. There's going to be some wings going off and there will be some contact. If this grid can filter through these first couple of corners, I would be mightily impressed. So we'll go to Jay. Jay's going to go for another formation lap. So Adam may want to just call it now before we have any other nonsense. And see, the race will go, Adam, if you are watching, the race will go when Jay comes round again, and nobody's tyre temps will be affected. So if you're happy to wait, you can wait. I'm happy to wait, but the call is yours, sir. Let's see while we wait on that. Let's see what the guys who chose tyre wise. What's somebody writing in the chat? What was getting said there? If I missed that. Nothing coming up. Says somebody spoke but no chat. So we had Pedro, Scarma, Dixie and JF Lewis all on the medium compound tyre. Mick and Fingers, interestingly, outside the top 10, opting to start on that soft compound, so they're looking to make some ground early. But of course, where they are in the position they're in, it's only soft guys in front, so the guys for me best to take a punt on the softs are probably your guys in like Mitch, Dixie, ENTXJ. But going deep's never a bad thing, because if you feel there's going to be an early safety car, then of course the medium tyre is going to hand you track position. Oh, what's just happened? Adam? It's lights out and we're away. Wait, what? Okay, so chat, I'm absolutely sorry about that. I have no idea what's happened there. And somebody has been spun round. I think it's Con. It is Con, so I don't know why exactly's happened there, but Mike is going to lead the way. Mikey P2, Matoman gets into P3, Ryan Sam 4, Nelly 5, Rage 6, Mick 7, Kristaps 8, Rob Wells 9, Skarma 10, Shiv P11, F Lewis 12, Fingers 13, ENTSJ 14, Pedro P15, Dixie 16, Mick 17, and Irish New Potato having that spin off the early start. P18, so I'm not quite sure exactly what went on there, chat, but I am very, very sorry. But Mike has now broke away, so let's see exactly how things are filtering down. We have Ryan Sam now hunting the back in early, and the broadcast camera here is terrible because it's just a little bit of car in the wall, and Nelly's round, and that could maybe cause big contact further back in the field. Nelly's got to be very careful right in the car round. It's maybe a track where resetting to track is a safer option. ENTSJ, you are being shown, so maybe you can take control of the car at any time now. Just be careful once you get control. There may be a car near, but Mike scampers off out in front. Let's get some telemetry on the board as well, so we can have a look at energy levels for the guys. So Mike and Mikey both very even. So stalemate at the moment. Mr. Rage staying within Ryan Sam's DRS at the moment, so he's doing everything he needs to do. As Mike sets the fastest lap of the race, but that's to be anticipated on just lap 1. As Kristaps here has a look at Mick, is he going to send one down into turn 1? He's got to be careful that he doesn't get into the back of them. Rob Wills over the back of Kristaps as well. Green Fingers and F. Lewis doing a bit of fighting. F. Lewis will get the switchback exit out of 2. He's going to have to use a bit of energy, but Fingers will stay there on his inside line, but F. Lewis eventually will get through. Fingers tries to keep the nose in there, but it's just not there around him. I've seen somebody going round further back there again. Irish Nude Potato, what has happened there? He seemed to have a bit of a moment with what looked like an orange car, but I could be wrong. We continue though, chat. We just have to go. So ENTXJ, have you got control? Yes, you do. Good. Sorry for the kerfuffle at the start there, chat. I don't even understand. I just had black screen, and then we were racing down into turn 1. But now the pack is starting to split a bit. We've got a bit of a train behind F. Lewis. Mick having this little inter-battle with Kristaps and Rob Wills. Shiv slowly creeping up onto that as well. And then we get Mr. Rage coming up onto the back of Ryan Sam. Mr. Rage looking very comfortable at the moment in his medium compound tyre. The medium tyre does race very well here, but Mike looking very, very fast. He's now broke DRS on the DRS activation lap, so let's go back to that fight. I'm intrigued to see exactly how much Mike's having to push. So they're very even still, so the lap times are this is pace. It's not Mike's faster than Mike's, or Mikey's using energy to keep up. These guys are running at their pace. Mikey just loses the DRS a little bit there, so that's going to be huge for his race, and Rage doing exactly what he needs to do on the medium compound to keep himself in the fight. I want to go back to this little fight here, because this could be a good one. ENTXJ, F. Lewis and Fingers. Fingers will show that he's going to defend that inside line, and rightly so. As you see the cars be pushed out to the wall, or soaked out to the wall there. The understeer provoking in that corner is hideous, as F. Lewis goes a little bit wide. ENTXJ then has to be a little bit hesitant, but then he'll push through on the energy. Now can Pedro come for a bit of a run, and Dixie of course back there as well on the soft compound tyre, so that was not exactly what I thought it was going to be. Most guys actually on the soft. Rage the only guy on the medium compound tyre, so I think a lot of drivers anticipating an early safety car, and it has not came. But the race is definitely on. ENTXJ and Fingers now. Jay goes through. Green Fingers will get a bit of energy, DRS assistance, but he has absolutely spent an energy down to 10%, so he's going to come under attack. And look at this, Dixie and Pedro thinking about sending one down into turn 1. Pussy. I'm sorry Adam, I don't mean that. You are no pussy. You do your race, sir. Let's see Shiv now hunting the back of Mick. Anything that's going to go down up into turn 12. Shiv gets a good exit here. DRS will pop open, but Mick's still in it, actually in the DRS of Kristaps, so both being pulled along. Kristaps now getting pulled along, and probably Ryan Sam, sorry, getting pulled along by Mr. Rage, and probably smart from Ryan. He's seen that Rage was a little bit quicker in the medium compound tyre, so Ryan Sam's got to ask himself the question, how do I keep that in check? Well, let Rage go through and just stay in the DRS. The DRS is going to find you 3 or 4 tenths a lap, and that can just be enough to give you the bit of lap time you're losing. Although Rage does seem to be pushing on, he is trying to get away from Ryan Sam, but you'll see here how powerful the DRS becomes. Ryan Sam not even having to use energy, and you'll see he'll close that gap all the way down to half a second again from being 9 tenths back. So DRS very, very powerful indeed. So are we going to have a bit of a race on here between Mikey and Mike, and a fifth of the race gone already, so 5 laps down, 20 to go. We've got a big gap now from, I think it's ENTXJ up to Mick, Rob Wills, Shiv, Kristaps still kind of intertwined in this battle as Ryan Sam keeps getting pulled away bit by bit from Mr. Rage and P4 in his medium compound tyre. time penalty starting to fall in as well, which of course will play a big part at the end of the race. It's not an easy track to keep them down either. You've got to be very particular in the moves you make. Nelly and Skarma having a bit of a battle further back. Can Mitch join me on comms? Of course you can, Mitch. Let me drop you a little invite for the rest of the session. Let me get you a little message. So Mitch is coming to join us on comms chat. We'll get young Davey M in, and we'll get back to the action whenever my game plays ball. Oh, we've had a freeze. What's happened?